Harp's house. In your eardrum. Man, wherever you want me to be.
You're now listening
to Harp's house. Thanks everybody for tuning in to Harp's house. I'm your host, Jonathan Harper. And here at Harp's house, we talk about just about everything under the sun, from relationship advice to UFC post-fight breakdown to who's rated next. And when I say rated next, people who are doing big things in their industry, and you better watch out for them. So here on Harp's house again, today we're going to talk with special guest Cody Matechuk, and he's joining Harp's house all the way from Cochrane, Alberta, Canada. Welcome to the show, Cody. How you doing?
Doing great. Thank you. Thank you for having me, Jonathan.
No problem. So for people who are new to the show, Cody is a motocross rider, and when you say motocross, that's like a dirt bike that's on steroids. So tell some of tell some of my listeners how you got into riding.
Well, motocross has pretty much been my life. Parents did it, and been doing it since I was 3 years old. Every weekend growing up was spent at the track, and whenever we weren't doing homework or other things, we were trying to ride our bikes, and just becomes a way of life.
Were you involved in other sports when you were growing up too, or this was like pretty much your sole passion?
A little bit of like soccer for a year and lacrosse for like a year or two, but basically motocross was full time. Winter left some time, so when I was a kid, I would snowboard, and then I bought myself a snowmobile, and most recently snowbikes.
So yeah, how long are winters up there where you live? Like, how long does this winter really last?
We got good rideable snow from like November till about May, sometimes June.
Okay.
But by then, summer's starting too. We get a couple months where we can do both summer things and winter things.
Gotcha. Now, I see you turned pro in 2011, and you have a 3-acre park that you can train on in your front yard. So does that make you want to always try new tricks and get better? Or how does that work since you have such a big playground?
Yeah, no, it's pretty good. Been able to progress and train, and it's more of a workout tool. So if I don't feel like going to the gym, I'll just go beat myself up on the moto track and do motos, and it's nice. And if I want to break down certain sections, I can work on techniques and slowly get better.
Gotcha. Now, Cody brought home the bronze medal for the 2017 X Games. Now, tell us a little bit what your preparation was getting ready for that event.
It was first of its kind, really. With the snowbike stuff so new, and snowbike racing just really coming into its own this year. We didn't get the news that X Games was happening till probably September.
Okay.
I think it was. So it was a little bit of a scramble. No one knew exactly what was going on. There were some people getting invites. We actually had to travel down to Minnesota, which is about 21 hours drive for me.
Wow.
And go and qualify, and made that happen in December. And then a month later, we were at X Games.
And what was it like? Like you said, you found out last minute you had to make that long drive, and all that kind of came together because you ended up on the medal stand. So what was that like?
Yeah, it was a crazy journey. It was kind of just a whole bunch of forks in the road, and kept saying yes, kept doing what we had to do, and it ended up all coming together in the end. There's lots of people that helped out and made the program made a program happen. Some last minute things, some people going out on a limb, and it all came together. When it was my turn to do my thing, it was making sure I was in Minnesota and getting qualified, and then get the team together and make bikes happen and get testing done and get ready for X Games. And then we showed up at X Games and just did our thing.
And what was the reaction from your parents? Like you said, I'm sure they're your number one fan, and you've been riding for so long. What was their reaction like to see you on the medal stand?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. They've been a part of this for my whole life. So got my mom up there on the podium after, and they're pumped as always. I don't know, for them, I don't think it matters if it's the local foot race or the world stage. They're always just pumped to be there, so it's great to have.
Gotcha. Now I see you're a young coach, and you coach young riders of all ages about riding safe. What's that like being a coach for, like you said, a pretty new sport that's new to the X Games?
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. Right now, I'm just been coaching motocross in the summer, but I'm going to start putting together coaching and clinics for the snowbike stuff. It's all so new, so there's not too many riders that have really, I guess, figured out all the tricks and pushed the sport. So just to raise the awareness of both the safety and how to safely push and advance skills, from bigger drops and stuff to picking lines through trees and then the stuff on the track. Right now, it's not really a kid-friendly sport just because the tracks that we put on these bikes are so heavy and you need so much power to move them that right now we're just bolting them onto big, fast adult bikes. So it's not as much of a kid sport yet.
Gotcha.
It could happen, though. I see it happening in the future because it's growing quick.
Gotcha. Now I see you're kind of a little mini movie star in the making. I see you're going to be in 3 films this year with your Yamaha Yeti snowbike. How did that happen?
Yeah, no, it's been cool. And actually, it seems like every week I get more news, and it looks like I'll be hopefully featured in around 5 films now.
Okay.
Seems like the list keeps growing. I just got to keep driving and keep riding. We're riding almost every day. And it's basically just trying to get out with the different crews. And when you get out, you can't really waste time. You go find yourself jumps and you find yourself lines. And you build it, you prep it. When you're ready, you wave the cameraman over, get it done. And
Gotcha.
then, they're on to the next guy. And it's just riding with everybody and cooperating with everybody and throwing down your how you look at the mountain and make lines. It's almost like art. One guy will look at the mountain one way and the other guy will look at it the other way, and you ride it your way and it gets captured on film and you bring that to the movie.
Gotcha. Now, like you said, since the sport is so new, who told you how to ride it? I guess you would say safely when you were kind of getting into it when you were younger.
Through snowmobiling really is where I learned most of it. Just riding with experienced people and doing courses. Avalanche training is extremely important out there. I rode sleds for 4 years, and then just last year, actually, was my first year on a snowbike. I had Brock and Regan, which are the 2 other main players in the snowbike game right now. They kept telling me it's something I really need to get into. Being a motocross guy, it's just it makes you feel right at home on the mountain, getting to ride your dirt bike there. And that was the first thing I noticed as soon as I got on a bike instead of a sled in the mountains. Everything just seemed to unlock. Everything you wanted to do on a sled that you couldn't, now you can. It just made things so much better for me being a motocross guy.
Gotcha. That's pretty cool. Now we're gonna take a quick break here at Harp's house, and when we come back, we're gonna hear more from pro rider Cody Matechuk about what his experience is like and what his off season is like. So keep it locked. We'll be right back. We're back here at Harp's house. We're with pro rider Cody Matechuk. Now, Cody, tell us a little bit about what's an off season like for a pro rider like yourself, who is, like you said, really dependent upon snow. What is the off season like for you guys?
Well, it's changed a lot in the last couple of years. Before being just a moto guy, winter was my off season, and it was time for fun, and then getting back in the groove with training, getting ready for the next year. But now, having winter being my main sport, but also racing motocross, it's turning into not really having an off season. And it's pretty good. I don't mind that. We get a little bit of break in between summer and winter while we're waiting for the snow to fall. But like right now, I just picked up another dirt bike and I'm still snow biking. And come May, it'll be time to switch to pretty much riding dirt bikes every day. till nationals in June. So it's a pretty hectic schedule right now, but it's fun.
Gotcha. And what's the travel like? I'm sure you guys get to travel all over the place.
Yeah, it's put a lot of kilometers on this year. Definitely been driving lots. Been on the road pretty much since October straight. Stopping in at home for a couple days here and there every few weeks, every couple months.
Gotcha.
Basically restocking, getting some more parts, and heading back out to different mountains and races. Yeah.
Gotcha. Now, I know you're an extreme athlete, so a lot of extreme riders have some pretty bad wrecks and injuries. Tell us a little bit about some of the injuries you might have had or avoided. How does that work for you?
Yeah, so far been pretty lucky. I mean, we do dangerous sports, and it's definitely it's not what if, it's when it's going to happen.
Gotcha.
Had a few wrecks over the years, but nothing too bad. Some broken bones with my leg and arm, and broke my ankle last year. Probably the worst thing that I've had is just a recurring injury of my shoulder. My left shoulder dislocated it 27 times now.
Wow.
And my right shoulder was I separated it last summer. But all in all, with some of the stuff that you see guys do where they're out for months and months at a time, so far I've been pretty lucky. Broken bone, I'll take that any day over some of the nastier ones.
Right, I've heard that. Like you said, I was talking to a skier, and she was saying she would much rather prefer a broken bone versus like an ACL or something really dramatic like that, for sure.
Yeah, you don't want to get into those ligaments, because if they fix it, then you're a couple months to like maybe 4 months, 5 months, depending. And that's hopefully if they fix it. Sometimes they leave it.
Oh, wow.
See if it'll get better, and it never seems to get better. Where you break a bone, you're 6 weeks, and you're good to go again.
Gotcha. Now, what made you want to ride, be a full-time rider and turn pro?
I'm not too sure, really. It's just kind of evolved over the last couple of years here. I was working up north in the oil patch on the drilling rigs, and it was good while it lasted, but kind of got sick of it, and went back to what my main passions were, and that was riding bikes. And now being able to ride a bike year-round has just been amazing. And with snowbiking being so new, and being able to be up there with Brock and Regan and really push this sport to the next stage and the next level, it's been cool, and it's really driven me to be better at it and to keep going with it. So.
Gotcha. What are your sponsorships like? And tell me what was it like when you got news you were going to get your first sponsorship? Because I know that's a big deal, like your first sponsorship.
Yeah, that was. I think I was riding 65s back when I was like 9 years old or something. I remember getting to run the decals of our local dealership, and it was cool. And then I remember, I think the next year got first pair of free goggles, and then it just kind of keeps growing from there. And now we've grown into a team and network of people. I think we got about 14 people on board now. But between everything, it's Yamaha and the bike sponsors, and Cycleworks is a local dealership. Yeti, the snow kits, and then my snow outdoors wear is Tubi, and you got the Moto gear, which is shot this year.
Gotcha.
Different parts and distributors. Motovan stepped up in a huge way this year. And yeah, everything just kind of comes together as a big team.
Gotcha. Now, for my listeners, some more say what facts about Cody. Now, Cody is he was a bull rider, and he damaged his shoulder riding bulls. Tell us about what it's like to be in a bull.
Yeah, bull riding, that was a fun chapter in my life. Did that for a couple of years. Just being in Cochrane, a smaller town, kind of a rodeo town. My buddies were into it, so I was, why not give it a try, right? And it was fun while it lasted. I've done a lot of crazy things in my life with bungee jumping and skydiving and all the racing, but I tell you, the most adrenaline you'll ever feel is being on the back of a 2,000-pound bull. That thing, it's got some power.
Did you have like the mask on, or you just like had a hat and you were just rolling out?
Yeah, it was basically just pull your hat down and grit your teeth and hope for the best. The best advice I think I ever got was you can't get hurt if you stay on its back.
Right. Like, thanks. What? So I see it says you're a level B certified skydiver. So there's levels of skydiving. So how does that work?
Yeah, it's basically as you progress and you get better, you get granted more, I guess, responsibility. So like when you start out, like your first jump, you're strapped to someone in a tandem skydive, and then as you work through some coaching, you get your solo license, which means you can jump just by yourself. And then your an A license grants you to jump with a B license guy or higher, so you can start doing jumps with two people. And then basically once you're B license, you're almost free for all. So like now I can jump with like 5-6 people in one jump, so we're all flying together. And you just get away with a little bit more stuff. You can go faster, and just.
What was it like the first time you skydived?
It was pretty much everything I ever wanted it to be and more. I highly suggest everyone to try it once because it really opens your mind. It's not scary like everyone thinks. When you're sitting in the plane, your first time, and it's flying up, and you see yourself getting higher, it's scary. It'd be crazy if it wasn't. But once you're out of the plane and you're flying, you're so high up that the ground's not coming at you, so you feel like you're just floating.
Wow, that's crazy. How many times do you think you've jumped so far?
I've jumped 186.
Gosh, so you keep that track?
Yeah, we keep track of how long we've free fallen for, how long we've flown a canopy for, and how many jumps. And, a lot of the levels are based on how many jumps you have and how much time you have. So,
what's the longest you've ever free falled?
About a minute and 3 seconds. of straight free fall before the chute got pulled.
Gotcha. And were you like you were trying to get to a certain time, or you were just like, I should pull now?
It just kind of seemed like it was a high jump, so we got a little bit higher altitude than we normally get, and it was a slower jump because even though there's terminal velocity is only at the certain position you're flying. So if you're flying a bigger, wider position, you'll go a lot slower. So with the height and going slow and pulling a bit lower than maybe I should have been, it turned out to be pretty long free fall, that jump.
Gotcha. Now, all my guests who come on Harp's House, they give us a little bit of a, I guess you would say, a tour on some of the things they like and they can't live without. So give me 3 of your favorite musical artists out right now.
That's a hard one for me. I kind of jump all over the map from all the modern stuff to the country, to the old Johnny Cash, Robin Schultz. Like, I'm kind of everywhere, so it really depends on which mood.
Gotcha.
I'm definitely not a rap guy and not a hard rock guy, but anything that flows, I'm usually into.
Do you ever jump to music, or you jump with nothing in your ears?
No, nothing in my ears. We got a little beeper that beeps when it's time to
pull the chute.
Different altitudes.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, you probably don't want anything. No music to miss the beep then.
No distractions. Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. When you ride, do you listen to anything in particular, or do you not listen to music when you ride?
No, just the sound of the motor.
Gotcha.
Sometimes I have, like when I'm snowmobiling, but I don't know. It doesn't seem to. I don't need to. When I ride bicycle stuff, I definitely throw some headphones in. But it's again like I could work out to Dixie Chicks, or I could work out to something a little more modern and flowy. It really doesn't matter.
Who was your hero growing up?
I think one of the guys I really looked up to would be Travis Pastrana, because he just seemed to always have so much fun. It wasn't always about racing and everything. He did what he wanted to do, and he made it all happen. It was really motivational.
I actually met him a few years ago when I was at a training conference with Verizon. He just so happened to be at the hotel not too far where I was training, because I think he was training out where I was, and he was just like you said, he was a real cool dude, and he showed me all of his scars and how many injuries he's had, and like you said, he was like a big kid even at that level, because he was a superstar for X Games, but he was like a real personable dude. So I could definitely understand that.
Yeah.
And if you weren't a pro rider, what do you think you'd be doing?
Right now, oil's been pretty slow, but I'm probably go back to oil, and then also get some schooling done. I'm not too sure what I would do exactly, but I would definitely get some more schooling done.
Gotcha. And what advice would you give to young riders out there who might see you on TV and be like, man, that's what I want to do. I need to do that.
Biggest thing is keep working at it, no matter how long it takes, because a dream might take 10 years, might take 20 years, but if you don't try, it won't happen at all. And no matter what you do, that time will pass anyways.
That's true. Like they said, the one thing in life you can't get back is time. So now give my listeners your social media contacts so they can follow you on like Instagram and Twitter and all that kind of cool stuff.
Yeah, my main one's Instagram, and it's Matechuk111, Matechuk 111. And then I also got a Facebook athlete page, which is Cody Matechuk. My personal page actually just got hacked today.
No way.
So I don't really know what I'm going to do with that. I can't get into it. I can't do nothing. So hopefully my social media stuff all stays, but we'll see. It's a battle.
Gotcha. Well, good luck with that. Hopefully that works out. And again, thanks everyone for tuning in to a special Extreme Sports edition for Harp's House with my guest, Cody Matechuk. And again, be sure to subscribe to Harp's House in your podcast section of iTunes or in the Google Play Store. Also follow me on Instagram and Twitter. That's I am Harper. And also check out my website. That's harpshouse.com. And feel free to email me if you have any questions, concerns, comments, or if you just want to get something off your chest. That's harpshouse1@gmail.com. Again, thanks for sharing the day, sharing the night, sharing the ride home or to work. I really appreciate it. And again, you're listening to Harp's House. Thanks again, and God bless.